Make some pumpkin chocolate chip muffins using the pumpkin puree that I made a couple of videos ago. In a bowl, I'm going to start with the dry ingredients, which are 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 1/2 heaping teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1 1/2 heaping teaspoons of my homemade pumpkin pie spice, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger. Also 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to give that a mix, and then I'm going to set this bowl aside and let's get started on the wet ingredients. I have 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Then I'm going to add to that 1/4 cup of milk and 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. You can also use melted coconut oil. We need 340 grams of our pumpkin puree. And it is quite wet, so I'm going to put it in a paper towel lined bowl for a few moments to get rid of some of the excess liquid. You don't want to add that to your batter because it'll make the dough too wet and soft and it won't come out correct. So once you've strained that a little bit, put the pumpkin puree in the bowl, and then we also need to add in 2 eggs. And then I'm just going to whisk this together. And once the eggs are all broken up and everything is combined, I'm going to start adding the dry ingredients to the wet. Now at this point you can bake the muffins, but I'm going to add chocolate chips, so you're going to want to add about 1 cup. And just give it a gentle mix in. You don't want to overwork your batter, so just swirl around your bowl a couple of times and make sure that the chocolate chips are evenly dispersed. And then let's get our baking pan ready. I'm going to put some rice at the bottom of my muffin cups because I'm going to use muffin liners. You don't have to, you can just spray your pan. And then you want to fill your muffin cups up pretty full. Now I had preheated my oven to 425 and we're going to bake them at 425 for 5 minutes and then reduce the temperature to 350 and bake them for another 17 to 19 minutes. And then when they come out, they are so incredible. And yes, I know I put a lot of butter on them, but everything's better with butter. Subscribe and follow for more. Enjoy.